love to get to new places, places that nobody else has been to. There are like millions of people on this planet, and only a few handful of them have been to places that you can get to with the kayak.
I really enjoy the smooth, glassy swells on a calm, windless day, and the beauty of the light reflecting off the water. That combined with the strength and timing and potential total destruction if you mistime your wave is really exciting, because it's, as I say, beauty and grace and exhilaration, thrill. It's an adrenaline rush in a beautiful location.
You're up in the air and then you just throw down and you just go down, and it's really cool.
It gets big here. I think I'm gonna go for this one. Looks like it's starting to curl up. Might be able to smack it right away here. Oh yeah, it's building up, tubing.
Oh, it's great. It's exhilarating. It's a complete adrenaline rush. Oh, it's wonderful. Gotta get out and do it. It builds your confidence as far as doing anything else in your life. If you can get out and play in the waves and have a good time, you can do anything.
You go into the pocket, away from the pocket, make it look as if you know what you're doing, go back in and risk the old. Sometimes it can cast you right over the top and it's tumble. But
I started this about a year and a half ago, and this is it. This is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. So I just really like being a middle-aged adrenaline junkie.
Everybody kind of encourages each other and to go for the good waves and cheer each other on when you get a good one and so forth. So it's really fun to hang out there and watch nature go on around you.
Whatever your ability, whatever sort of boat you paddle, you're probably curious what it's like in the surf zone. We'll show you some basic moves and teach you some of the maneuvers of surfing, so you'll have a great time out there.
To start, you'll want to know a bit about the boats that surf best. You can surf most any kind of kayak, and each has inherent design advantages. We'll help you appreciate the strengths of various boat designs. Next, we'll show you the basics of getting your first rides and how to identify and select the best waves. Then, you'll discover how to tap the power of the wave. Finally, our chapters on sharing the surf and advanced maneuvers will get you out in the surf. First, we'll look at sea kayaks in the surf. Then we'll cover a few pointers for sit-on-top boats. Through the remainder of the tape, we'll move on to other, more specialized surf designs. Let's start with sea kayaks. These boats go fast and straight, so if you pick small waves, you can punch your way out from shore easily. Woo! Getting out through the surf zone and getting back in through the surf zone are skills you'll master by learning more about surfing.
Straighten it out, turn to your left more.
For your first rides, line yourself up so your boat is perpendicular to the incoming waves. Start paddling early when the wave is just a soft hump in the water. Paddle hard. Just before the wave arrives, try to set a slight angle in the direction you want to surf. As the wave moves under your boat, you'll start to pick up speed and you're off. The boat will turn, and you'll quickly have to lean hard and brace.
Just gonna try to drop in perpendicular to the wave. Once I feel I'm dropping in, I'm just gonna crank it a little bit to one side, and I'll just let my boat turn sideways and ride it in on a low brace. Remember, it's a low brace.
The speed and tracking ability of a sea kayak is ideal for getting outside breaks and exploring, but it has limitations for playing in the surf since it's difficult to turn. Generally, you'll get turned sideways as the wave starts to break. A wipeout can be violent in big surf. So a sea kayak is best for catching large swells that require lots of speed and catching little rides on easy waves.
For sea kayakers who really want to get good at sea paddling, kayak surfing is excellent because when you're out in the surf, you're practicing sweep strokes, draw strokes, forward power strokes, all happening in very quick succession, and you're having fun all at the same time.
All right. These longboats are a lot of fun in the surf. They're a little hard to keep going straight. The best thing to do is don't fight it. When the boat starts to turn, just lean into it, brace on the wave, and ride it in sideways. Nice low brace.
Okay.
All right.
Sit-on-top boats are where a lot of people like to begin in surfing, especially in warmer areas. To surf with the most performance and control, use thigh straps or a quick-release seatbelt. The boat gives you an easy introduction because you can get back on top easily without a complex re-entry or a long swim into shore. When you capsize, stay with your boat upside down until the wave passes so the boat does not get washed away. Use the BBL technique to enter the boat. Position your belly just in front of the seat, then drop your butt into the seat, then swing your legs up on top.
Sit-on-top paddlers will really enjoy the surf because it takes them to the next level of skills and excitement. Being out on the waves in a sit-on-top is a great fun way to enjoy it.
Many sit-on-top designs are difficult to control in the surf. Their buoyant, high-volume shape makes them prone to sticking sideways in the break, and their width can make them difficult to lean for control. However, depending on the hull design, a sit-on-top can be a great warm water surf machine. Sophisticated surf designs, called wave skis, are essentially sit-on-top surfboards.
Kayak surfing got started back in the early 1960s when someone decided to put a seatbelt on a surfboard, put a paddle in their hands, and from there it's taken off in many directions.
A respected pioneer of kayak surfing is Dick Wold, boat designer and former world champion.
Here it is, all the surf craft you'd ever need to have fun on the ocean. A different variety, and they each have their reasons why they're different. If we start out with the wave ski here, you can see, look at this. It's like a surfboard that's fat, but you actually are strapped onto it with a quick release weight belt, foot straps to hold your feet down on this thing. If you look at the side profile of this, you're going, hey, that's a surfboard. And it truly is. It's just a little bit fatter so it can take the buoyancy of you sitting on it. Look at the bottom. This is a pure planing bottom. This is just like a good surfboard with a clean rocker. Fin boxes, optional. Put a fin in this thing, all of a sudden you're really getting good punch on your bottom turns. You're able to hold the line on a quick turning, tubing style wave. Let me set this down. If we move on down the line here, the high performance boat. This is a short boat. This is a wave ski bottom, basically, a surfboard bottom, but it has a kayak deck on it. You need a spray skirt to get into this boat to keep the water out of it. So as you're getting in this thing, again, you can see the lines of the boat. You know, it's another surfboard. This is made to surf ocean waves with the familiar outfitting of a kayak. So we look at the next boat here, you go, well, this one's a little bit longer. This is a spec boat. This has to have certain length requirements and certain bottom shape requirements to make it a legal boat for what they call the international class of kayak surfing. If you won a world title, this is the boat that you had to do it in. Not exactly this model, but this style of boat. Something that fit certain requirements that made this boat a legal boat. You know, the next boat in the lineup here is just an example of the new breed of river boats that are out there. These are the boats that people are getting familiar with now that are incorporating the flat bottom features of the wave skis and the high performance boat that we've been using on the ocean for years. The beauty of this style of boat is it's great all the way around. Not only is it fun in the river, but the people are finding out that, wow, I can do moves that were never even dreamed of before on ocean waves with the type of kayaks we had in the early days. This allows people to do the flat spins, do the back surfing, initiates, you know, some really nice moves on the ocean. The best part about this is how it's introduced a whole new young crowd into the sport of kayak surfing. I mean, this is the juice that we needed.
River kayakers will really love surf kayaking because they can stay tuned up for the river season all year long. There's always some surf to play in at any time of the year.
The first step to kayak surfing is getting comfortable swimming in the waves. Start in gentle surf. Try some body surfing to get a feel for the power. Try swimming under the power of the whitewater. Surfers do this duck dive to swim out past a breaking wave.
Big coming now, so let's paddle back in and try and be in a good position for the smaller waves that are going to come in between. All right?
Study the waves for where they are breaking. Try to figure out, are the waves mushy, with the foam sliding down the green? Or are they pitching, crashing all at once? Pitching waves tend to be less forgiving and more difficult to surf because the lip suddenly pitches over and crashes down. Advanced paddlers can take advantage of these in a point break situation. The ideal wave to learn on is a mushy wave. These waves are also called sliding or spilling waves because they break gently down from the top. These waves make an ideal place to perfect your skills. The next step of familiarizing with the waves is to practice moving around in between the breaks. Go forward, reverse, and experiment with progressively larger waves to feel how your boat reacts. When sideways in a break, a larger volume boat gets held in a side surf and pulled along by the wave. It will take a small sterned boat or a forgiving wave to allow you to exit a breaking wave and control your direction. When you first start surfing, expect to capsize often. It's part of the learning process. If you do flip in shallow water, tuck tight to the front deck to avoid hitting your head. Leaning back could be dangerous.
If you find yourself swimming with your boat, be sure you stay on the ocean side of the boat. Never get between the boat and the beach, particularly when you're trying to land on the sand. It's very easy for a boat full of water to get washed into you and just mow you right over.
It's important not to get in between the boat and the beach. A boat full of water is very heavy and can cause you serious harm if it runs into you. Don't put your hand through the grab loop because the surf can wrench and twist the boat. Float bags help keep the water out and make the boat more manageable. A loose boat in surf is dangerous, so it's important you keep control of your craft by staying with it. You'll be swimming a lot when you start, so it's extra important to avoid beaches with swimmers and other obstacles. No matter what boat you paddle, a roll will help your learning curve. You can push your skills and save a lot of swims. This will help you relax, especially in the big stuff. The best way to learn is with an instructor who can help you learn the torso and knee motion that rights the boat. A smooth and compact motion with the blade, combined with keeping your head down, are the secrets to successful rolling. If you're upside down in a wave, you'll rarely need to do the entire rolling motion. Simply stick the blade out into the wave to hunt for resistance. With any luck, the wave will flip you upright. Hopefully, you won't choose waves like this one until you are ready. When you tip over, it's usually a surprise. But many capsizes can be avoided if you understand the dynamics of a typical flip. The wave is moving, but the water in front of it is not moving. This water tries to grab the bottom of the boat, then the wave pushes over the boat. The solution is easy though. You simply lean hard into the wave as the boat broaches. Good posture, with a little lean forward, will help you edge the boat correctly. Tilt the boat by transferring your weight onto one butt cheek and get a little stability from your paddle blades stuck into the wave.
When you're surfing down a wave, you may find that you get turned sideways in front of a white foamy pile. When you do, it's important that you go immediately into a low brace or a high brace position. In either case, be sure you keep your elbows tucked close to your side, never allowing them to get extended above or behind the plane of your shoulder. Either case can cause serious shoulder dislocation.
With this low brace, you'll probably use it for smaller waves, and it's important to keep the blade angle so it's flat on the water. The same goes for the high brace. Watch the blade angle for the best success. But that's only part of the story. Really, the key to these braces is boat tilt.
I've taken my torso and shifted it over the edge of the boat, pulling up with this knee, and this allows me to fine-tune my boat angle on the water.
Side surfing can be fun. I love it. What you need to do though is you need to remember to stay loose in your high brace position, but keep it down low. Very key. Do not allow the wave to take your paddle up and over your head like that. This is a bad position to be in. This shoulder is going to come right out of there. So you want to take it out, reinsert it right here, and lean into the wave. And keep this edge that's going to the beach, keep that edge up.
Start with small waves so you can get a good feel for bracing when you broach. Keep your hands loose on the paddle because a tense grip keeps you from being relaxed and balanced in the boat.